Late on a Wednesday evening in Newark, the office of Acting U.S. Attorney Alina Habba became the scene of an audacious attack. A man, initially denied entry for carrying a baseball bat, returned hours later and was somehow allowed inside. What followed was chaos. Furniture overturned, documents scattered, the waiting room transformed into a crime scene. No arrest has been made, no motive publicly revealed, and the suspect remains unidentified. Questions mount. Who let him in the second time? Was it negligence, an insider breach, or sheer luck? How effective were the building security systems and CCTV cameras? And most importantly, why has justice not yet reached this perpetrator? Conclusion: what a Wednesday evening. The walls of justice were breached. A man once turned away, then allowed in. A waiting room becomes a crime scene. The office of Acting U.S. Attorney Alina Habba was violently vandalized. The culprit fled. No arrest, no publicly revealed motive, just mounting questions, and a federal building left vulnerable. What really happened inside those corridors? Who let him in? Why was he allowed after being denied? And why hasn't the case been solved yet? On November 12, 2025, at the federal building in Newark, where Alina Habba's office is housed, an individual attempted entry carrying a baseball bat. Security intervened and barred him. Hours later, the same man returned, apparently without the bat, and was granted access. Once inside, he demanded a meeting with Habba's office. When he was denied, the waiting room became his battleground. Furniture overturned, items smashed, voices raised, then he fled. What changed between the first denial and the second entry? Why was a man allowed in after being previously rejected? How did he get so far inside the building? Federal authorities confirmed that the Office of the U.S. Attorney for New Jersey is now under FBI investigation. But as of now, no suspect has been publicly identified or arrested. How could a single person breach a federal office so thoroughly and vanish into the night? U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi posted, "Any violence or threats of violence against any federal officer will not be tolerated. Period." Habba herself wrote on X, "I will not be intimidated by radical lunatics for doing my job." But statements don't always match what happens behind the scenes. What about the security logs, visitor records, CCTV footage? How quickly were those reviewed? How effective was the response once the damage was discovered? Security granted admission to someone with a bat earlier, then let him back in unarmed. Several questions emerge. Was the bat removed? Was he searched? Did he present credentials? Who signed him in? Was CCTV footage captured and reviewed? Yet the suspect remains unidentified. Why? Is the video quality poor? Was there a blind spot? Did someone inside override the system? Badge swipes, sign-in sheets, and elevator logs, were they checked? Despite damage in federal jurisdiction, no suspect has been publicly charged. If you're a criminal justice viewer, you know CCTV is often the golden key. The absence of a public suspect suggests investigators don't have clear footage or cannot identify the individual. Imagine you're sitting in that waiting room. Cameras above your head, doors behind you. A stranger storms in. The alarms loop silently. Where are the eyes? Where are the watchers? Consider the timeline. First attempt with a bat rejected, then returned and allowed. How much time elapsed? Was the second entry flagged? Could this have been an inside job or sheer luck of timing and vulnerability? To understand motive, we must understand the target. Alina Habba is no ordinary federal prosecutor. She served as the personal attorney to former President Trump. She was appointed interim U.S. Attorney for New Jersey in March 2025, with formal nomination later disputed. Her office oversees all federal prosecutions and civil cases in New Jersey. Who might have motive? Someone wronged by her office. Someone intending to intimidate. A politically motivated actor. Or a person acting irrationally, emotionally driven. The fact that after being denied entry, he was allowed back and raises the possibility someone inside either recognized him or the screening failed. Was he targeting Habba specifically or her office generally? Did he believe she would meet him? Did he shout a name or demand something? Could this be part of a pattern of violence against federal officials or a singular act of rage? The motive remains unclear. That unknowability breeds fear. If someone can break into a top federal office, trash it, and walk away, what does that say about our protections? The effects are chilling. A federal office, once considered secure, proves vulnerable. Staff may now question their safety. Public trust is challenged. The case lingers unresolved. Future attackers may view this as a template. Breach, vandalize, vanish. That risk multiplies if no accountability is shown. More questions remain. Why has no image of the suspect been released? Was all CCTV footage functioning and preserved? Why was a security alert made to staff? Did the initial denial get logged? Are there procedural failures? The man remains free. The motive unclear, the system flawed. Habba reminds us, I will not be intimidated, but it's not just intimidation. It's escapability, unanswered whys and who's, the haunting image of man fleeing to darkness. Will the suspect be caught? Will CCTV footage surface? Will we ever know why this happened? In this place, at this moment, against this person? Or will the truth drift away, like footprints in a tide of unanswered federal investigations? In true crime, unresolved cases stay with us the longest. The unanswered questions grow louder than the facts. This attack wasn't just about shattered glass or wrecked furniture. It was about access, vulnerability, accountability. The fragile line between order and chaos in the corridors of power. Subscribe to stay updated. As the investigation evolves, we'll track every detail. CCTV releases, security reforms, suspect identification, federal responses. Leave your theory in the comments. Who allowed this to happen? What was the motive? What must be done to restore faith in federal security? The aftermath of this attack leaves more questions than answers. A federal office, responsible for upholding the law, exposes vulnerability in a single night. Staff and the public are left to wonder, how secure are our institutions, and who protects those who enforce justice? The man who destroyed Habba's office walked away without consequence, leaving only uncertainty in his wake. The motive remains unknown, the perpetrator still free, and the unanswered questions echo through the halls of federal power. This case remains unresolved, a chilling reminder that even the guardians of justice can be vulnerable, and the truth may be farther away than we dare imagine. The man who walked into a federal building with purpose and left a crime scene may fade into the shadows, but the questions he left behind do not.